We know that there are countless stories of Black nurses, Black doctors, Black medical workers that are racially discriminated by the folks. You have the folks demanding that only be touched by, a white doctor. They don't want a Black person touching them. They don't want a Black person treating them. They are belligerent. They're rude. They call them the N word, all kinds of racial slurs. There are countless stories, right? And this nurse in particular is saying that she actually prefers it if they are that forthcoming and make it clear to her that I don't want you, Black nurse, touching me. And she explains why. Take a look.
I appreciate the patients that tell you, I don't want a Black nurse right out the gate. I had a patient. She came from another hospital like around 2 a.m. And this patient had this condition where she couldn't move her arms or her legs, right? So, and she was very young girl. So I was trying to do everything to make sure she's comfortable. Like when I said I was working overtime, because in my mind, oh my God, she's going through all this at such a young age, just making sure that she's okay, constantly in her room, like, you okay? Do you need anything? She's like, no, I'm okay. Took care of her. I was in that room constantly, and everybody was like, oh, you're working overtime today. You're going to get your steps in today. Just making sure that she's comfortable, right? And towards like the end of my shift around 7 o'clock, I'm like, do you want to order breakfast? And she's like, okay. I'm like, what do you like to eat? I don't know. So I'm reading the menu. I'm like, do you want oatmeal? No. Do you want eggs? And she's like, okay. Anything else? No. I'm like, okay, let's add some home fries. You like home fries? And she's like, yeah. Do you like waffles? Okay. I'm like, okay. Do you like coffee? She's like, no, I don't like coffee. I'm like, how about orange juice? I'm just giving her like, you want orange juice? She's like, do you want a fruit cup? Towards the end of my shift, I ordered the breakfast for her, and she's like, thank you, you rock. Thank you, you rock. And I'm like, I'll be back tonight. I come home, I get a call at 3 p.m. They're like, hey, we had a patient in this room. I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? I'm thinking she gave me a recommendation, because when I tell you I worked overtime, and they're like, yes, apparently when the nurse went in, like around 7:30, right, this patient was crying hysterically, crying her eyeballs out. What's going on? She said the nurse, me, that was in there was making fun of her condition. Mind you, I've been a nurse for 5 years. I've seen many conditions. And like, what about your condition that is so funny that, so I was making fun of her. I was laughing at her because she couldn't move. And I was so shocked. Mind you, I was in there. When you come from a different hospital, a doctor come and see you and admit you. The doctor came and admit her. Other people was in there helping me turn her because she's a 2-person assist. Never express any concern to me, express any concern to the doctor. Never say I want to talk to a supervisor or a charge nurse. So apparently just so many people were involved, because apparently it was so bad that they were crying, family got involved. So I get a call and I'm just so shocked. So I come in and they're like, you're not supposed to have this patient anymore. We're going to investigate, whatever. So about a week later, this patient said another CNA. Mind you, this CNA is so soft-spoken that it irritates you, right? This same patient said that this CNA yelled at them. Like, you can't, sometimes you have a hard time hearing him. You have to tell him, like, can you pull your mask down? Because I can't even hear you. That's how soft-spoken he is. So when this patient said this, I think that's the reason why they're like, okay, you know what? Let's just die this whole thing down and just, it kind of died down. Otherwise, my license probably would have been in jeopardy. Otherwise, my job would have been in jeopardy. My livelihood would have been in jeopardy.
You see, those are the more dangerous kind of patients, right? The ones who in your face will make it seem like you're doing such a great job and they appreciate you as a nurse. And then they turn around and make a whole complete lie about you, which ultimately could have ended in her losing her job. But for the fact that she said another lie about another nurse that doesn't match his personality at all, then it reduced her credibility. And they were able to say, yeah, I think something's not right here. And that is the only reason why this sister was redeemed. Because as you could hear, when she came back, into the hospital or the clinic, They told her she's not allowed to be around that patient. And as she said, the family was crying. It became a whole big kerfuffle. So this is a very dangerous kind of white person that can ruin your whole career in one fell swoop. Because I always say their tears and their whiteness in general is the most dangerous weapon. And it can take a black person down in a split second. So I agree with this sister when she says, I would rather you say to my face, I don't want a black person touching me. At least then I know what I'm dealing with. As opposed to somebody saying to me, you rock, and then turn around and nearly end my career. Okay? Like, this is how dangerous they are. And this is why I keep saying, we need to have our own facilities where we're treating our own people and it's by our people, and that's that. And just shut them out. Our own hospital, our own clinics, shut them out. Black people only, okay? Separation. That's what I'm here for. But you let me know what you all think about this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content. Also, don't forget to download the African Diaspora News app. You can grab it at the Google or Apple store. Make sure you download that app. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Emma Ansa Unfiltered.